Hello. Welcome back to the studio. Yeah. What is going on? I'm pumped. And I look different. I know. I usually wear sweats. I usually don't look cute. I look kind of cute. But like usually just very cash. What's the difference? I just want to level up and we'll get into it. I just kind of wanted to come in close so you could see the look. Anyways, okay. Onward ho. Alright. Oh my god! Not me stepping on my interface. We're good, hopefully. Alright. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. How are you? You are listening to Hire Me. And I am your host, Taina Nunez de Oliveira. And welcome to my podcast. Woo! Hell yeah, baby. Let's get started. Let's get started in here without breaking anything. Okay. Yeah, I am gonna need my phone though. Also, yes, I don't know if you guys can see in the mirror. Maybe if I go this way. There we go. So my pants are a bit big on me right now. So I'm kind of using them low, lifting this up high. So it could be like a look. But sitting down, I don't know how that would look. So I definitely need to go to a seamstress and get this all tucked in, you know what I mean? Mama used to do it for me, but Mama ain't around anymore. I mean, like, she's around, she's just not here with me. Okie dokie. I have to put this thing on Do Not Disturb. Perfect. Okay. All right. How's it hanging, my little nuggaroos? I am wearing jeans today. They are really big, but I'm trying to go for the oversized. I do not want to be overlooked. I'm already overlooked. I don't need more. I'm gonna need my phone for today's episode. So if you see me with my phone, sorry, I need references, you know? I need let me fix myself because I don't want to look like a mess, even though I kind of probably am. And I'm trying to embrace it, but I don't know if I can fully. So, hello, welcome to today's episode. Yeah. What are you talking about, Tina? Well, I've been getting a lot of feedback lately. I want to say it's constructive criticism. Also, if you're watching the video, which is available on YouTube, fully uncut, unedited, this is my cat sock, and this is my banana sock. Anyways, yeah. So, let me, get comfy. I've been getting a lot of feedback, and it hasn't been good, and I've been getting feedback on my work life, both here on this podcast and where I actually get paid. And I've also been getting personal feedback as well, which is kind of okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'm a piece of shit. Yeah, call me out. Well, not exactly, like, that's not why, but let's start off with work. Let's start off with this podcast. So I started posting shorts, and I kind of made like a new account for it on Reels. Hasn't been really doing as great as I expected, but on TikTok it's been better than I expected. So I'm just like, okay, but TikTok's also gonna get banned soon in the US. So hopefully my Canadians out there could like still enjoy it. Or I don't know if we're like gonna be tied into it. I have no clue. I don't know anything about politics. I'm not the girl to ask about politics. If it's about people speaking up and speaking their truth, yeah, I'm the girl to talk to. So maybe I'm like an advocate, but not a political one. At all. But anyways, like I just don't know enough, you know? So like I'm not gonna speak on something that I have zero knowledge on. But I'm trying my best. I'm trying to like learn certain lessons and talk about it. I'm trying my best, trying to like be innovative with my content, but also keep it very realistic and authentic to myself. But I guess that's just not good enough for people. I don't know. But I guess what keeps on lingering is what my mom said. Like, obviously, I had an episode dedicated to mom and dad. Sorry, mom and dad. And when I asked my mom for well, I didn't ask her for feedback. She kind of just gave it. I just sent it to her, thinking, like, she'd be like, oh, wow, like, yeah, I understand what you mean. And, like, I don't know, just see my perspective on things. She just shat. Literally took off her pants, took a dump on my ego, on my art. And like, to be honest, I'm used to it. Like, that's what she does. But me now being so far away and realizing that, I'm just like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Like, you don't say that to a child. To your own child. I'm not a child. I'm an adult. But like, you just don't say that to your own kid. Like, if you want to tell them something, say it from the heart. Like, you could just tell that she was like pissed off and like speaking from a place of like a very negative space, to be quite honest. And I'm not like calling her out or putting her on blast. It's just, that's who she is. Like, if anyone knows her, that's just how she criticizes. She's very blunt, to the point. Like, she's gonna pinpoint everything that she doesn't like. And quite frankly, Mom, I love you, but you are not my target audience. That was just an episode that I would have liked you to like actually listen, not critique. Like, it was more so for you to see my side of things. But it's fine. It's over and done with. I don't really care. Actually, I do, or else I wouldn't be making this episode. But that's not even all of it. That is for like that section. But then when I started posting on TikTok, that's why I kind of brought that up. I got a comment. Actually, a few comments on YouTube Shorts and on TikTok saying like, hey, like the audio is shit, sis. And that's because I was too lazy to link the audio to my YouTube videos. Like, I was just too lazy to do that. And honestly, it's a quick fix. And it sounds so much better, so much more professional. All I had to do was that. So I am definitely kicking myself in the fucking face for that. Like, what an easy fix? Like, really? So now on, our episodes do sound a lot better. And that is just, it's a one-woman show. Like, give me some fucking grace. And it's not hate. Like, I haven't been getting hate, unless from, like, honestly, people close to me, which is so messed up. But anyways, yeah. Like, I love this podcast because this is where I get to come to just, like, vent. To just talk about it. Because, like, I don't want to talk about it with anybody else in my life. I mean, other than my best friend, but we barely talk. It's just, like, a once in a while type of thing. And, like, it's always kind of been like that with me and her. So, like, we're used to the dynamic. And it works for us. Like, I don't know how it would be if we were just constantly bothering each other. I don't think it's bothering, though. I fucking love her. But, yeah. we love her here on this podcast. She's a listener and she's a supporter. And whenever she does have a critique, she'll tell me with so much love. Like, she'll be like, honestly, like, I think this, and that. Like, you know, like, she'll give her criticism in a very nice way. Like, it's constructive. It's not destructive. Listening mother, please know the difference. Don't try to destroy me with your words. That's not going to help me. I'm just going to stop your voice note halfway through, not even halfway through, like 1 minute in, seeing that it's just tearing me and my art apart. Like, I'm not going to sit and listen. I'm really not. It's just like, honestly, how I feel like celebrities look at their hate comments. Like, they just don't. Like, I just feel like they're just like, whatever. And it's true. There's so many fucking idiots out there. And I'm not calling any of you guys an idiots. I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there who will like comment something or say something just to kind of make themselves feel better. Like, they see a potential of them in you and then they try to like bring you down. And like, you can fuck off with that shit, okay? I'm not here for that. If you're like, this community is about uplifting each other. If I'm doing something wrong, I need you to tell me with love. Like, I'm here with love. So you can fuck right off with your negativity, okay? But thankfully, not everyone has been absolutely mean to me. A handful, a fuck ton of people have. But there is like a handful of people who have been really nice and very supportive. But yeah, I think one of the criticisms that my mom gave to me that like kind of stuck with me was she was like, oh, like, you used to write out your script. Like, you used to basically have a script with notes and it would be so like structured, and now you're like all over the place, jumping here and there. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. I mean, I still have that. Every single episode is written down before I ever do it. I have my notes. I just don't read from it anymore. I just feel comfortable now in front of the camera just saying whatever the fuck I want to say. It's just like become a habit now, you know? Like, I just reread what I'm going to say before I start. And then I start it. Or if I remember it off the top of my head, I just remember it. Like, I do have my phone next to me because there is something that I want to mention that I need to search up the name for. And it's in my notes app. Exactly where my notes for this episode is. So, like, there's structure to this. But I'm also a one-woman show. I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth. And that's who I am. Like, when you're talking to me, like, I'm gonna have ideas here and there. I'm gonna kind of just, like, space the fuck out. I'm gonna go to another dimension, and then I'm gonna come back. And I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, that's who I am. That's part of who I am. That's part of this brand that I'm creating. You know? Why does it have to be so fucking perfect? No wonder I've been so hard on myself. No wonder I've always just been like, oh my god, I need to do this. I need to be perfect. Because so much fucking pressure is on me at all fucking times. And it's like, I'm not here to please you. I'm genuinely not. I'm here to have fun, do what I want to do, follow my own passions. If you don't like it, find another person to watch. Straight up. Leave me alone. Like, I had to get that out because what the fuck? If I'm not what you expect, then you're expecting too much from me. And this is what you're gonna get from me right now. Which is like a good thing to kind of remember, and I'm glad I'm in this like rage because the past few days, like, I've just been so hard on myself. Like, I got feedback from now my other workplace that I actually get paid from, not here on the podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, baby. Also, if you're subscribed monthly, it's $3. If you want to give more, you definitely can. But you get juicy details in the VIP section. Like, there are things that I would not open up on the main. So, yeah, check that out. Anyways, yeah. A feedback. See, look, like, this is what you're getting. This is what you get, like, me just going off track and then coming back on track. Like, if you have an issue with it, I'm probably not the podcaster to listen to. Straight up. Goodbye. Click out. Now for the real homies listening, love you. Thank you. You a real nugget of love. And let's continue. I have to take a deep breath. But yeah, my boss came up to me and was like, you're on autopilot right now. Like, I don't see the passion coming from you. Like, you're not stepping into your role the way that we want you to. And that's because I fucked up, twice this week. I've been absolutely perfect. And the minute you dip, it's like, oh, you're a piece of shit. What about all the other times, these past few months, that I have been exceptional? What? But whatever, I get it. Maybe I have been, and maybe it's something that I need to be called on. And I agree, I definitely have. My passion is this. And I also am a stoner, so like, you're only getting 50% of me when you do. Not that I do that while I work. Like, I don't do that here, unless it's like a designated episode. Or I'm just having a really tough time. And I only do it at night, too. Unless it's like, yeah, on the rare occasion, I'll do it during the day. Like on a weekend or something, or like on a day off. That I don't have to work or do something very important, sure. But because I do it every single day, and this is an addiction of mine, like, it is something that I'm dealing with. It is a mental why can't I speak? It is a mental illness that I am dealing with right now. It's definitely something that I'll surpass one day, but right now it's not something that I want to stop, but I also can't stop. It's like, weed is definitely something that is holding me, like, in a safe space. And I don't think that's necessarily where I'm going to grow, because you can't grow in your comfort zone. But I'm going to give myself grace, because I'm in a situation where I'm going to cross my legs, because I just feel like crossing my legs. Oh. There we go. Oh, okay. This chair is like moving back. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna give myself grace, because I'm doing this like all alone. I've been dealing with so many things absolutely all alone. So yeah, I'm gonna turn to weed. Yeah, I'm gonna like try to have fun with myself, because that's like the only option I do have. So sure, I could be sober with myself, for sure. I can go on hikes, I can, don't really have any other hobbies. But I could do this by myself. It's like this whole little production. It's not that fancy, it's not that cool. But I would like it to be one day, and I've been really hard on myself too, because it's season 3. I'm not seeing the success that I'm comparing myself to with these people who have been doing this for years, who have been in the industry for years. There's obviously things that they know that I don't know, and they've gained through experience that I just need to have patience about, And I've been really hard on myself, because I'm not a cinematographer. I'm not that creative when it comes to the camera. I'm like, easy frame, do I look good? Let's fucking go, And seeing this girl on YouTube recently, she has like vlogs, but you can clearly tell that this girl went to film school. And you can clearly tell I dropped out of film school, but I didn't. I fully finished. I graduated. I didn't get to go to graduation, which is literally my biggest regret in this life. Go to your graduation, even if you're not feeling like it that day. Even if you get a very bad dream from your ex and you think it's a sign, it's not a sign. It's a sign for you to go and live your life. Straight up. Anyways, let's take a look at the notes. Life of Riza, I don't know. Her videos on YouTube are so cinematic, even her shorts. Like, I'm holding on to the couch because, girl, what? Like, that's how my content should look like. And this is what y'all are getting. So, like, at the same time, like, I get where that high expectation from my parents is at and for myself. But also, like, I'm not Riza, whatever her name is. Like, I'm really not. Like, I think that's the brand that she's built, and I'm gonna try to obviously take certain things and learn from her, just like we do with absolutely everyone. Like, if we see someone doing something, we're like, oh, I kind of like that kind of style of editing or something, and then we start implementing it. We don't want to copy the person, but we want to start implementing the things that we are inspired by them. Yeah, right? Inspired by them? Yes, that makes sense. It just didn't in my head for a minute. Or maybe it doesn't make sense. Please let me know. But anyways, yeah. I've just been kind of on this spiral of I need to do better. I need to be better. That's why I'm not where I am. Sorry, that's not where I want to be. And I genuinely do blame myself for not being where I want to be. But also, like, I know this takes time. It takes time to build a community online. It takes time to finally, like, have people cheering you on. Because obviously at first and till today, I get so much pushback from the people who know me from, like, during, like, around, in my surroundings. Why can't I speak? Oh my god. But yeah, like, there's people at work that I can never talk about my podcast with because I'm just met with so much judgment. Or honestly, like, even you just not asking me anything about the podcast is judgment enough. Like, it's just like, oh, you're not supportive at all. Like, don't pretend to be my friend if you don't even support the things that I do. You don't ask me about them. You're fully not interested, you know? And you can tell the people who are. Like, I've had so many fake friends in my life. I know where people are, and I know their intentions the minute that I meet them. Let's just be honest here. And I'm not saying that's everyone that I work with. Absolutely not. I think some people are really nice, super supportive, super nice, and, like, it's vice versa. I'm supporting them, they're supporting me, and, you know, like, we lift each other up. And that's the community that I want to build. Like, I don't want to tear people down. I don't want anyone to feel left out. I don't want anyone to feel lonely or like they're not able to go after their dreams because of whatever fucking reason that they've been telling themselves. Like, no. Any time spent with me, you will see, like, I will try to uplift you. I will try to make you believe in yourself again because you should believe in yourself again, you know? And that's kind of why sometimes I sit here and I call this my therapy session, because I sit down and I'm going through all these emotions. I give it a few days before I talk about it because I don't want to say anything stupid, although most times I do. But it just kind of ends up happening. But it's an outlet for me and also a way for me to grow. Like, it's for me to sit here and be like, okay, yes, this is happening. Yes, I'm getting a lot of criticism. But also, I'm learning to deal with that criticism very well. Like, the first time that person, the first person that ever mentioned anything about my audio, I was so livid. I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? I went off. I was like, okay, like, I want to see you do better, basically, like, around those lines. And I don't know if I've talked about this on a different episode or not, but yeah. And I was just mad, spicy, you know, the spicy Tina came out. And then I deleted that comment because I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. That's their opinion. And honestly, it is constructive criticism. I wouldn't have changed that about my podcast if it wasn't for that message. So honestly, there's something there to be learned. And same goes for, like, me sitting here and just thinking about all these situations and just seeing them in a different perspective and just seeing, like, okay, cool, how can I pivot? How can I make this work for me? Like, cool, yeah, my content isn't as great as Life is Riza. But I feel like it's Riza. I don't know. I feel bad. I'm sorry, I don't know her name. But, like, that's storytelling at its finest. It's not your regular typical vlog style or podcast style where you just sit down and talk, you know. It's extremely cinematic. It's like Wes Anderson meets My Fam. Like, you know, like that type of like aesthetic cooking, but also kooky and fun, and like, yeah, I love it. She's really cool. She's really great. And I see that a lot of influencers, and that's why I said My Fam are like, well, I watch My Fam, honestly, a lot. My Fam and Amber Scholl, they're my favorite YouTubers. And Shane Dawson, love his conspiracies. They freak me out though. Not gonna lie. I don't want to say again, but yeah, I do want to level up. I want to get better with time, but I think I need someone to tell me with love, you know, like, I exude love. Like, I am just so nice to people. And, I mean, till a certain point. Like, I'm not a pushover. I'm not gonna go out of my way either to, like, make you like me. Like, if you don't like me, you don't like me. I don't give a fuck. But for the people who do show me love, like, I show them a lot more love. Just because, like, I know what it's like to not, you know? And when I'm met with something completely different and just, like, you can see that the person's going out of their way to put you down, just to see you sad, just to see you cry or, like, be upset or, like, whatever it is. It's just, like, you feel lonelier than ever, you know? And by you, I literally mean me. It's just such a shitty feeling. But I know the voice inside of myself needs to be stronger. And I know I believe in myself. I know I'm going somewhere. I just need to be patient. I sometimes wish I had, like, a sibling or someone to go through this with, you know? It's really lonely doing it alone. And, like, not having that instant support or, like, someone to talk to. I know I have you guys, but, like, it's a very one-way street right now. And it'd be nice to just, you know, this is when I honestly, like, I hate to say this, but these are the times where I'm like, damn, like, I kind of wish I had a partner, just so we can, like, talk about this, work through this. I get their advice, you know, and we can get through it together. Like, I have someone to hug me and, like, tell me it's gonna be okay, you know? And for 26 years, I've been doing that for myself. I just kind of wish things were slightly different. But then again, it's so hard to find someone that, like, understands this life, that wants to be a part of this life, and a part of my life, you know? I'd be lying if this doesn't trigger every wound that tells me I'm not enough, you know? Because criticism at the end of the day is, you're not doing good enough. You're not enough. So, kind of removing your self-worth from that is tough, especially when it comes to your craft, to your character. It's like someone putting up a mirror and being like, this isn't good enough, you know? And a hug from someone you love would just obviously not make it go away, but I think it would be better. But at times it's like, oh, the one you love is the one criticizing. So, would a hug from them really feel good? No. It wouldn't. So, it would feel a lot like gaslighting, not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm trying to get through it. I'm trying to tell myself that, like, you know what, you can't please everyone. You can only do your best and move on, honestly. Like, this whole thing at work. And I know this was kind of pushed by someone who doesn't really like me there, and you could tell. You could so tell. Like, the minute I walked in, they barely even looked at me in the face. And then when I came back, again, barely looked at me in the face, gave me some fucking weird ass attitude. Asked me one question the whole shift. It was a short shift for them, but one question, just to see my reaction. And this was after speaking to the manager. And the minute I gave my reaction, obviously I was respectful. I'm not gonna disrespect. And honestly, like, I had a feeling, I had an inkling, but after that one question, I was just like, oh, it was totally you. And it's funny because that same person does that to absolutely every single person. Like, they just create these little, like, scenarios, and then they try to, like, work around it. Like, I don't know how this person's brain works, but they need fucking help. Straight up. Like, why are you so invested in other people? Like they try to manipulate certain situations to work out for them in their favor, like getting certain people fired, or like just abusing their own power, really. And it's just like, you're so toxic and you don't even realize it. Like, I don't think I work in a toxic environment. I think there's toxic people who work in that environment, for sure. But I'm not going to let that person's attitude and that person's demeanor and their character ruin my time. You know, like, that's, no. Sorry, if you want to be a miserable loser, you can be a miserable loser over there. I'm just not going to talk to you anymore. You've burned that bridge. I already gave you a second chance, and you've completely burned it. Like, you literally threw me under the bus. Like, for what? Like, what are you gaining out of this? And then you get mad when I'm not interacting with you, which is, like, so fucking weird. Like, people who are threatened by your power, by your light, are just threatened. Like, you should just honestly work on yourself, and you wouldn't be threatened. Straight up. Like, when I see someone doing a lot better than me, or when I see someone doing something that I'd like to learn or do myself, like, I see them as inspiring. I'm not gonna try to knock them down. I'm gonna, like, yeah, sure, like, I'll see certain things and try to implement them myself, but to just go out of my way to knock someone down from their pedestal is just completely fucked up to me. Like, do you not have better things to do? Like, why do we live in a society where that is just the norm? And honestly, I'm going to be so honest, and I've said this before, but I think it's like, and it's worse in small towns. I don't know what the fuck it is, but like, in bigger cities, like, it's just not anything I ever used to face. I think because there's just a variety of people and cultures, and it's just like that energy of city life where it's like, I don't give a fuck, and like, you just kind of want to see everyone win, like everyone's there to win, whereas in a small town, everyone is just like trying to get out. And whenever they see someone shining where they are miserable, it's like the end of the world. Like, I don't understand. It's like the talk of the fucking town. Like, it's their entertainment, but like only if there's drama involved. Like, it's so weird. I don't get it. I really don't. Like, these are times where I miss Toronto, because the energy in Toronto is just so lively. It's just like everyone's trying to like make it. Everyone's trying to be somewhere, do something. Everyone's kind of trying to help them, like help each other out. Like, you know, it's very community based. Whereas in here, I had some fucking lady show up yesterday at my other job being like, do you know anywhere where they, I can't even say this with a straight face because it's so fucked up, but someone literally came up and asked, do you know anywhere where they do nails? Whites only. Karen, you got me fucked up. Like, I get that you're from Alberta. I get that, like, maybe there's no multicultural shit happening there. Like, I have no fucking clue, and I don't want to be rude by, like, assuming that, oh, you're from Alberta. Like, no shit you'd say that. Because, like, I used to live in Alberta, like, yeah, maybe for, like, 3 months. But still, like, that is just a wild fucking thing to say. And I'm gonna throw in just a random comment here. Just out of the blue, maybe you're from a small town. And you're happen to visit another small town here out on the island. You know, like, or else you wouldn't feel comfortable saying that. Like, I wish I said something. But also, like, I'm in a place where, like, I can't say anything. Or else I will get in shit. And I already got in shit that day. Like, I wasn't gonna, like, be like, ma'am, you're fucked. Get the fuck out. like, no. I don't know. There's a huge part of me that is like, if you're getting this much pushback, it's because you're not supposed to be here. It's because you're supposed to be moved on. But it's like, I'm trying the best I can with a podcast. But unfortunately, it's not paying the bills, you know? Like, I haven't monetized this yet. I don't want to monetize it until I have a community, until there is something worth monetizing. Not that, like, I don't think this is worth monetizing. It's just, that's not how it works. If you're a content creator, you understand views, comments, shares, those get monetized. Well, not exactly that, but, like, you know what I mean. So, yeah, help me out. Dude, share this. If you genuinely enjoy this podcast, if you think this crazy lady on the internet has something to say and it's worth listening to, please send this to someone you love, you know, and who would enjoy it. Because that's how we grow together. And I get to just do this more often, you know, like, help me do this absolutely every single day. I will post every single day if you help me get there. Just saying. But yeah, like, I obviously don't want to get up and do a job that I don't love and be around people that low-key hate me. They fucking hate me. And that's fine. I'm a great actress. We can pretend to be friends. Necessary for the peace of the environment, babes. Like, I could do that, and I have been doing that my whole life. I'm obviously not fooled by it anymore, because at times, like, it would be like a gray line. It'd be like, oh, like, maybe they do care. No, they don't. They don't give a shit. And that's fine. I wish I just did have the opposite. I wish I had, like, a really good, loving, supportive person near me. Like, you know, like, it's one thing when they're miles and miles away. Well, we say kilometers here, but that kilometers away. I'm just gonna say miles. But yeah, it's just, I'm gonna lift up my thing here because I think I need some sunlight. It's so gorgeous out. Like, oh my god, I didn't realize how gorgeous BC is in the spring. Like, I can't wait for the summer. And apparently it gets hot. When I was looking on Google, apparently it doesn't get as hot as Toronto. So, not that mad. It's kind of like the same like snow situation. Like people out here who have lived here their whole life are like, the snow is outrageous. We've had three downpours or downfalls, whatever they're called. 3. And they'll stay for like a few days and then it gets cleared up by the rain or the snow. What? The rain or the sunshine. But yeah, they say it's like super hot. I don't know. Let's see how hot it really gets on the island and on this side of Canada. But yeah, I just know in Toronto it's humid. It's very like, I'm sticky. Don't talk to me. But let's go out partying. Let's get a jet ski, lakeshore baby. Just kidding. I never got on that wave. And I don't want to be mean. It's just, I don't know. There's like a type of person who does that. And it's just like, it's just not me anymore, you know? Like, I just don't think it's cool to be drinking Henny on a rented boat with a chauffeur and then just getting blackout on a boat with your friends and shaking ass and, like, just being trashy. Like, sure, yes, I'm sure a boat party would be fun. Maybe, like, a yacht party? Not necessarily like a boat, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. When I think of boats, I think of like out at my cottage, just going to this like sand island and just like going by boat, you know, like I don't know. Boats are very like family friendly to me, but like yachts, like yeah, we can throw a fun fucking party on a yacht, you know? It's just like, I'm judging right now. I'm totally judging. I'm talking about people criticizing me, and I'm so criticizing people. They could be having the time of their fucking lives, and I'm here being a hater. Low key? No. High key, I am a hater, because I definitely would have loved to be invited on a boat at Lakeshore, and just like, you know, parties shaking my ass. Actually, I probably would not do that. Lies. I definitely would. Enough alcohol in my system, I definitely would. But it has to depend on the crowd. 1,000%. If these are Toronto mans, nope. But if these are like sophisticated mans, I wouldn't be shaking my ass. That's the thing. Yeah. I don't know. I'm judging. You should have invited me on that boat. Now I'm hating. No, I'm sure there's like fun things. I don't know. I haven't found my people yet. I haven't found my crowd. I haven't found like that group of friends that I can do stuff with. And my roommate has tried to like bring me along with her friends, but again, like I don't click with them. I don't like. They're not Toronto mans at all. Like they're the complete opposite of that. They're great people. It's just, again, not my type of people. And I don't know who the fuck my type of people are. Actually, I do. They're just, like, great fucking people that I just haven't met yet. I don't know. Like, I genuinely do not know. Like, of course, I would love to go camping. Of course, I would love to go even, like, partying, going out to a bar, or, like, fucking axe throwing. Or, I don't know. What do friends do nowadays? Build a bonfire. Like, you know, like these are some things that I have on my mood board. My vision board. But yeah, like of course I want friends. I want to do activities, you know? But I have been sacrificing a social life for this. Because I feel like, what if one day I get to meet a whole crowd of creators too, you know? People who think a lot like me, people who are striving for success, people who want to be in the public eye. So, and I feel like a lot of normies, shall I say, that could sound really weird, but people who like don't want to be in the public eye, for them, they look at me the way that I look at these Toronto mans out in the water on boats. Like, you look ridiculous. Like, what are you doing? Like, that is fun to you? Like, you look stupid. that's how people look at us. Like, you know, like if you're just not a creative, if you're not willing to look like a fucking fool on the internet, you have to find people who are also okay with that so that they can be in your videos. You know what I mean? And not everyone is accepting of that. Not everyone wants to be in that limelight. It's scary. You're putting yourself in a place of judgment. And that's exactly it. Like, what am I even complaining about? Like, this is what I asked for. I knew this was coming. I knew I'd get so much pushback. I knew I'd get so much criticism from people I love. It's gotten louder over time. And, like, the longer I do this, the more there's no, like, success. The more people feel the need to, like, judge me and tell me what to do. And it's like, I'm going to use him as an example. Mr. Beast. He's a phenomenal influencer. Like, the amount of influence this man holds and money, but he invests 100% of it back into his company. And the way that he does things, I think I saw a video the other day. It was a short. He has like a shit ton of channels now, and like, he's just taken over. He's taken over the world. I don't doubt it. But I saw a video of him and he's like, oh fuck. There was 2 videos that came to my mind and now I'm like mixing them both up. I'll start with the one that's in my mind right now, but he's basically saying like, nobody's gonna be like me. Nobody. He was on a podcast. I forget what podcast it is, but he's like, I'm constantly working, and of course, like, yeah, I'm not at a scale of where, like, Taylor Swift is at, so, like, I don't get paparazzi'd all the time, but, like, yes, I get people following me and, like, asking me and, like, asking for pictures and all that, but I work all the time, and yes, it's kind of miserable. It's, like, you know, I wouldn't wish this on anyone, and I completely get that. I am not Mr. Beast. I am nowhere near there, nor do I do half of what he does. Not even a fraction of what he does. And, like, he does it so differently, and that's where this other video comes in. He was mentioning how whenever he gets people who have probably worked in the film industry before, like film and entertainment, like, you have to just sit back and watch as he does his stuff, because he is so unconventional, like, in the way that he does absolutely everything. Like, it's not scripted. It's absolute chaos, and then they make magic out of that chaos. So everyone who is kind of went against the grain, especially online, who have done things that people say like, oh, this is how you should do this, this, and that, and then have done the complete opposite, like, those are the people who have risen to success. And I kind of want to be one of those people, you know? Like, sure, yeah, I'll follow a system or something that I need to get to where I need to be, but also, who would I be if I wasn't doing something authentically me? You know what does that even make sense? I think what I'm trying to say is, I want to do things unconventional. You know, I don't think like everyone else does. I don't speak like everyone else does. I don't do like everyone else does. I've always talked about this, like, don't be a sheep. And I don't mean that in a degrading way. I just mean, like, just be authentically you, you know? Just do what makes you happy. Do what works for you. And keep doing it, and eventually it's gonna lead you somewhere. And that's literally my brain tattoo. Like, I just keep reminding myself that. And if you don't like the content that I'm creating, then I'm not the content creator for you. I am not your you're not my target audience, and I'm not your target influence. Does that even make sense? Your target influence, is that a thing? Anyways, yeah. That is my tangent for the day. Tangent, rant. What is is tangent rant? I have a feeling it is. I was like, let me use a big word. Tangent. But yeah, I wish we lived in a world where judgment wasn't a thing. Everything was just accepted, and our differences and techniques were celebrated. Instead, it's like, no, know. I think it's like we fear change. And people who are constantly changing are scary to us. Like, they're a threat. It's like, oh my God, what are you going to do next? You know? It's kind of like the aliens coming down. It's like, OMG, threat. But, like, are they really a threat? Because they've been around. They would have blown this shit up if they could. They're clearly here to help us. Just saying. Should I do a full episode on aliens? Let me know. I definitely will. But yeah, guys, this is the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't criticize me. Please share this with love. Share this with someone you love. Share this with someone who supports you, who supports everything that you do. And if you're listening to this and this person sent this to you, like you were sent this by someone, that means that they really, honestly love and support you too. And they see how much you love and support them. So, yeah. Let's spread some fucking love, okay? There's enough hate in this world. I love y'all. Mwah. Mwah. And mwah. Okay. Ciao, ciao. Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in. My hair is wet still. Actually, it's like drying up. It's pretty nice. Okay. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time. Bye. Oh! Did I almost forgot? Take your kiss where you want it. Mwah. I love you. Okay, bye.